I, Edward Cullen, take you, Bella Swan.
For better or for worse.
It's taken 4 years.
To love.
To cherish. As long as we both shall live.
But the Twilight Saga finally pays off. Breaking Dawn Part 1 has a wedding, a honeymoon, a baby, and much more. So much more, the cast wondered how they'd fit it all in.
No fights. We won't be the ones to break the treaty.
The treaty is void, at least in Sam's mind.
Not in ours.
I think when I got a script that was like this thick,
That's intimidating.
I was like,
Yeah.
oh my God.
That's not pressure. That's more intimidating because it's like we got these scripts that were like, oh my God, we got to shoot all of this.
Weddings. They bring everyone together.
In the last story of the series, a lovesick Jacob is left behind.
I think I'd be used to telling you goodbye by now.
As the newlywed Bella and Edward go on their honeymoon.
You tired?
There, they finally spend the night together and subsequently get the surprise of their lives.
It's impossible. Can this happen?
A human and a vampire are going to have a baby, and that's hardly the most bizarre twist of the story.
Whoa.
Director Bill Condon was tasked with making it all translate on film.
The book does kind of go to crazy town in some ways with this story.
There are a few things that was like, you knew were going to be a challenge.
Topping the list, the birth of the baby.
Your heart will give out before you can deliver.
Edward has to help with the delivery in a way Robert Pattinson couldn't quite believe.
It was the first time I hadn't read the book first, and I got to that part in the script and I didn't know anything about it. I was like, what? Like, he chews the baby out? I was like, this is not a Twilight movie at all.
But Taylor Lautner may have faced the most daunting challenge. Jacob finally gets over Bella and falls for someone else, but it's a character that couldn't be played by an actress.
Oof.
So you knew the story, obviously, going in. Were you thinking, how in the name of God is this going to work?
Yeah, I was. I mean, I remember the first time reading it in the books, I'm just, what? But then the bigger issue became, what does it look like? Because that's my job. Now I gotta, so, I mean, I was given an X on a wall and I had to just walk in the room and look at this X and imprint.
Have you ever loved an X so much in your life?
I've never loved an X that much.
They're coming for Bella. They're not gonna touch her.
There are also talking wolves and world travel and striking transformations. Somehow, the movie manages to stay true to the book. And the director says Kristen Stewart helped keep him on track.
He said that you are a super twihard, and so he felt almost like extra pressure because it was you doing these things.
Right.
And so you were like, that's not exactly.
There were certain things where I was like, you can't miss that. No. And he's like, well, I don't know that it matters. It does. It's like, so important.
I'm the one who lose you.
You have to accept what is.
You've given me no choice!
Even with so many major plot points, this is only the first of 2 Breaking Dawn movies, a guarantee of at least 1 more year of Twilight fanaticism.
I don't think you can get used to it. I think I have learned how to kind of cope a little better, and it doesn't freak me out. Now it's more exciting than, you know, than terrifying.
We've grown up with the series, and I think the fans have as well.
Yeah.
And Breaking Dawn is certainly the first grown-up installment in one of the most successful movie franchises in history.